92 Energy is gearing up for a fresh round of drilling at its Gemini Discovery in Canada's Athabasca Basin. To tell us all about it is the company's Managing Director, Siobhan Lancaster. Hi Siobhan, nice to see you.
Great to see you too. Thanks for having me.
So Siobhan, field crews have arrived and 2 drill rigs are en route to kick off a 4,000-metre uranium drilling program. What's the aim of this drilling?
So really, there's 2 aims. During the last drill program, we hit some high-grade mineralisation at the Gemini mineralised zone. So we're looking to expand upon those high-grade hits that we had. And of course, we're also looking for additional zones along the trend. So we've identified an eastern trend and a western trend. We're working our way up that eastern trend, and we'll be drilling around where we've had some uranium hits there as well to the north of the Gemini mineralised zone. But also we'll be putting a drill hole in on the western side of the trend. So it's some exciting drilling coming up and hopefully plenty of news flow from it as well.
And you've also appointed a new Vice President of Exploration.
Yes, we have. Sadar comes to us from Denison, which is a large uranium company in the Athabasca Basin. He's got 17 years experience in the Athabasca Basin and has actually recently been working with them as a resource manager and also on the ISR. So he's a very interesting person to have on board, and we're really excited to have him.
Now, Siobhan, the company refers to a nuclear energy renaissance unfolding. Can you expand on that statement and explain a bit about what's happening in the uranium market?
Yeah, sure. So that's a great question. So really there is a green transition going on around the world at the moment. And of course, nuclear energy being carbon-free baseload energy is a key part of that. So all around the world, we're hearing policymakers switch their way of thinking and really start talking about nuclear energy, which includes, many countries announcing new nuclear builds. In China, they're having a massive nuclear renaissance. They're going to be building more nuclear power plants than the whole world combined. So that's quite interesting. In Canada, they've just announced the rollout of some small modular reactors, which is obviously new technology in the nuclear space. And really all around the world, even Poland, for example, they're switching out their coal power stations, and that's looking at becoming a nuclear energy country as well. So it's really all around the world. That's the long-term demand outlook. But of course, we've had 10 years lack of supply coming onto the market. So in the short to medium term, really we're starting to see the uranium prices move. And this is really quite amazing what's happened. It's almost doubled since 92 Energy listed 2 and a bit years ago. And it's still climbing up. So I think we'll see a bit of buying at the back end of this year, hopefully in the uranium market and the spot price starting to move as the nuclear utilities come back from their summer holidays in Europe, which tends to be a period where not much buying happens, but they come back from their holidays in September and the buying commences back on market again. So it'll be an interesting time, the back end of this year.
So moving forward into the next part of the year, what can mining.com.au investors expect to hear from 92 Energy?
Well, we should hopefully have plenty of news flow. Of course, when you're drilling for uranium, you can use downhole probes, which basically you can come up with a uranium equivalent from those downhole probes. It's measuring the radioactivity, of course. So it's a fantastic tool, and we of course can announce those results to the market as we actually are drilling. So it's a great position to be in. So plenty of news flow, and of course the assays will then come after that point as well.
And Siobhan, just before you go, you've been at Diggers and Dealers this week. How was it?
Oh, look, it was a fantastic conference, very busy. There was a great vibe. A lot of people were asking me about uranium and nuclear energy. It's really starting to get on people's radars. So it was a really fantastic conference to be a part of.
Siobhan Lancaster, Managing Director of 92 Energy, thanks so much for your time today.
Thanks very much.